It's maybe a wee bit weird that the game I'm recommending as a hidden gem is one that's published by Nintendo, so not so hidden, but I think it's fair to say that Codename S.T.E.A.M has been pretty much already forgotten by gamers, even though it was only released about 6 or 7 months ago. If you're not familiar with it, Codename S.T.E.A.M is a turn-based strategy game by Intelligent Systems, who are the studio probably best known for the Fire Emblem games. But it's kind of different in that you play it from a third-person perspective behind your guys, instead of the usual kind of top-down viewpoint you'd usually expect from Fire Emblem and other strategy games. Because this type of gameplay is kind of new territory for Intelligent Systems, you'd expect Codename S.T.E.A.M to have a few teething problems, and it definitely does. It's not a perfect game by any means. At least it had a lot of problems when it launched. At the time when it first came out, you had to wait for ages for your enemy to make their move, and since that was from a third person viewpoint and not a top down one, you couldn't really see what they were doing, so that often meant if you were standing in cover, there was like scenery in front of your face and you just had to sit there listening to enemies kind of scuffling about in the background. You're just kind of standing there and all you hear is which just isn't fun for anyone. So at the time when it first came out, it got a lot of negative reviews, which were fair enough, and they were rightly saying at the time it's really boring just making your move then sitting for ages waiting for the enemy to make theirs. So a lot of people who were interested in it saw the reviews and thought, oh well, that's a shame, and just kind of moved on to something new. But since then the game's had like a massive update which lets you now fast forward the enemy turns by 2 times if you're on a normal 3DS and 3 times if you're using one of the fancy new 3DSs, and this makes it a hell of a lot more fun to play and far less boring because you can make your move, fast forward the enemy, and you're kind of back in action a lot quicker. So these days then, Codename S.T.E.A.M is a brilliant wee strategy game now with an unusual viewpoint. It makes you kind of rethink the way you approach enemies and plan your strategies. It's definitely worth tracking down now, especially because the bad reviews it got at launch, I mean you can find it pretty cheap these days, so it's almost the very definition of a hidden gem.
I've asked much of you. Now I must ask more. It's my turn now.